You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want the chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch?
Welcome to Root Zones, bringing you the good news and the bad news of crypto. My name is Wayne.
And my name is Manish.
And if you like money in crypto, make sure to smash the subscribe button. So today, guys, we're going to talk about the 3 cryptocurrencies that are even taking an even bigger hit during the Bitcoin price slump. Now, Bitcoin has dropped over the last 10 days. This is not our first rodeo of 2022. And while people may feel disappointing based on Plan B, we know that we were supposed to hit 100,000. This is how the whales manipulate the market, right? They send you a narrative, they send you an article, everybody feels bullish, and then they game the system to make that profit, right? So we got to be smarter than these guys, not be fooled by false impression, right? So the cost of one Bitcoin almost dropped 10% in the last 7 days, and it has been eyeing extended declines over 40,000 interim psychology support. So if you look at arbitrage, basically they just have to find 2 exchanges. They can find that middle price. What they do, purchase the Bitcoin, put it in the wallet, remove the supply in the exchanges, and dump it on the others. Because myself and Manish had made a few dollars just doing arbitrage on Meta Hero. So we have tested that. So imagine if we had billions or millions of dollars, we can actually game the system and make easily a few $100,000 in just buy and sell, right? So that has been existence in the forex market, and because we are still a very small crypto space, $3 trillion is a very small thing compared to $250 trillion in the stock market, right? So you get a couple of whales coming out from the stock market, they can game the system, and they are the only devils in the crypto space that actually move the market, right? So they are the movers and shakers, right? For us retailers, we have to be a bit smart, right, to understand how the game is played, understand the rules, and try to align to how the whales play. Institutions may not actually try to game the system because they have books closure and taxations, right? So they will actually buy and declare a loss in order to be aligned to kind of a tax strategy, right? So they will have accountants, CPA, as well as taxation. So nonetheless, the loss suffered by Bitcoin appeared less than some of its top rivals. For example, Cardano, the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market valuation, has dropped nearly 11% to around 1.15 in the last 7 days. Similarly, XRP, the 8th largest market capitalization, has dipped to about 10% at 0.5. Now, meanwhile, some of the cryptocurrencies listed on the top 50 digital assets have experienced bigger losses between 15 to 30% in the last week. Now, they include the Ethereum native tokens ETH, which plunged over 16% in its blockchain rival like Terra, whose Luna has declined more than 20.50. That said, here are the 3 tokens among the top 50 that have performed worse than Bitcoin on a 7-day adjustment time frame. So Axie Infinity has dropped about 27.50, and it's trading about $70 in the last 7 days, thus becoming the worst performance among the large cap coins. And meanwhile, against Bitcoin, the token slipped almost 17%. So this is a very important point, guys. Any cryptocurrencies that you trade, especially if you're on a trading app that we use in Root Zones, right? You trading view, you can actually compare 2 coins. Look at Bitcoin price versus the particular token and see if it actually follows the trend of Bitcoin. That's one aspect. The other is that if it's the opposite of Bitcoin, it means that you can actually make when Bitcoin drops and the crypto expands, right? So most of the time it actually ties back to stable coin, because when the market drops, people actually they move the market, right? So if you look at the macro cap, if it's the market is $2 trillion, there's no way the $2 trillion will ever grow to $3 trillion unless investors pour in their money. So that means that any of the other coins within the 16,000 coins are actually just swapping. We are just trading the same currency within certain coins. So it doesn't mean that certain coins expand and we make money. It just means that we are trying to find the best possible way to hedge against the fall, right? So Take note of that. So AXS price may rebound in the coming days as the market key momentum indicators, the RSI, right now it has slipped below 30. Now traditional chartists interpret this as a buy signal, but again, always remember guys, if this is public knowledge of a buy signal where the RSI dropped 30, imagine the whales having the same knowledge. What would they do? Remember contrarian thinking, right? So you got to always anticipate. If you were a whale and you see the price drop at 30 and you dump everything that you have, can you imagine what the whales will do? That's all they want to do. They just want to game the system, wait for investors, pay the media comes in, and then they take a bit of your money, and all they have to do is just rinse and repeat. They are in control of this game, right? So, and they know that. Actually, I'm hearing some noise, Manish.
Yeah. I
What noise
also.
is that? I don't know. Okay, so we'll see. I don't know if you guys can hear the noise. Just do comment in the section below. There's some noise coming in. So, anyways, so a more bullish queue of XE Infinity tokens in the coming weeks. Downside target between $64.50 to $50. And that is during August to September trading of 2021. Next up, we have Aave. So unlike XE Infinity, Aave native token is the same name, sitting on top of a dwarf year over year, nearly 60%. Nonetheless, it's still becoming the worst performing cryptocurrency entering 2022. Aave price dropped little over 24% to $200 in the last 7 days. Meanwhile, the token's performance against Bitcoin came nearly negative 15%, reflecting that the traders remain unconvinced about the bullish rebound in the Aave market. We have Iota. So based on the 7 days adjustment time period, performance of Iota losses are marginally less than Aave, but given the token has been sitting on top of a near 150% year over year profits, it appears like a good sell for traders looking to offset their losses elsewhere during a recent crypto market decline. So guys, the point is that myself and Manish, we have learned something, right? Regardless of what you invest in, it really depends on the supply and demand, and nobody can control supply and demand. Is really is it comes down to the psychology of the traders, what they believe in and what they give value to. Yes, there is certain unique proposition about the technology of Bitcoin, as well as some of the cryptocurrency that try to find a marketing angle, but that doesn't guarantee you a future. Using things like market cap as one of the indicators, as mentioned by really a notably one of the great authority in the crypto space, Richard Hart. I think he kind of influenced us to some extent because he really understands the rules of the game. So and most of the time he's not. I mean, look at all his cryptocurrencies that he have created. They are not ranked in the top 10, even if you do a comparison on the market. And there's the reason why, because he reveals the game. So when you understand the rules of the game, like in Monopoly, buy 4 greenhouses, convert that into 1 hotel. That also applies in crypto space, and I think Manish, over the period of time, he has been talking about Bitcoin. He can't find that value proposition. I beg to differ on what Manish has said, but after listening to someone who also spoke about the crypto space, I realized that Manish was on the right track, because it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Just because the world says that Bitcoin is the goal based on the limited supply, yes, to some extent, logically, that is true. But what if the narrative of that world change? What if the narrative says it's Titano to be the next so-called Bitcoin? So always be clear on, buy the rumors and sell the news. That has always been there, and technology can change, can rapidly increase, but you gotta hedge your risk. I think right now in the crypto space, we are redefining. Root Zones is redefining our model in which we assess the right crypto to invest in, and always remember the golden rule: take back your principal when you can.
Yeah.
So do comment in the section below if you found anything that was useful in terms of your years or months of trading. So with that, I'm going to hand over back to Manish.
Why interesting coverage, Wayne. I think this is something that very interesting thought you have shared here. That's because I remember there was some discussion happened with group of people where people were saying, one day Shiba Inu will hit $1.
Mm,
It was if $1 hits Shiba Inu $1, that day you see what will be the price of Bitcoin, what
Right.
would be the price of Ethereum. So
Yep.
that one day is not only for Shiba Inu, it's for all the mother of all crypto, which is Bitcoin, which and then
As of
Ethereum.
now. As
Yeah,
of
as
now.
of now. So yeah, it's not only a one crypto or one specific crypto will grow, it's the entire crypto market will grow. That's one thing. And
Yep.
yeah, and then the second one which I feel very valued is Ethereum nowadays. All DAO, all the major NFTs are going on a Ethereum blockchain. So
Yep. Yep. And
you see
most.
the OpenSea market is completely based on Ethereum. So
Yep.
there is a very solid use case of Ethereum, which I'm seeing it
Yeah,
potentially it can grow.
Microsoft was the number one OS compared to Linux, compared to
Mm,
Citrix, right? So
mm.
Ethereum is the Microsoft of the crypto space, and that's why most networks were a fork of Ethereum. So will Ethereum climb in price? We do not know. Again, it's speculation. Will Ethereum meet the 2.0? Buterin has not mentioned exactly what is the problem statement. Nobody knows. He, as well as Cardano founder, has been talking about smart contracts. Ethereum has been talking about the 2.0. There'll be a more TPS compared to Solana. That has yet to come to pass, Manish. So I do
Yeah.
not know. I do not know. I was asked today if Ethereum can go up to 10,000. I said, so be it. If Ethereum goes to 10,000, the question is, as you viewers watching us, are you in the position to make that great, wealth transfer if Ethereum actually reach 10,000? If you don't have one Ethereum in your wallet, like what Gary Vaynerchuk has said, then it's no point asking that question.
Yeah. And also, it's not about point of when the Ethereum will go 10,000.
Mm,
If you hold one Ethereum, it's going to give you a lot of benefits.
of course.
If you want to buy NFTs, you have to buy Ethereum.
Yes.
You want to create some DAO, some nodes, anything, some kind of gas fee, everything is Ethereum. Yeah, there
Right.
is the alternative, Polygon, Solana, but Ethereum is always rock snow.
Right.
So
So live grade score is saying that the Ethereum is definitely the leader in the NFT space, and I'm excited to see what happens with Pulse Chain. I really, I really thank the group in our Telegram here at Root Zones, because you guys, sometimes you come up with some great coins, and when we research and we really deep dive into the psychology, because it's all about mindset, guys. And Richard Hart changed my perspective about the crypto space, and I realized why he's not even ranked in the top 10, right? So there's a reason for that, because he's
yeah,
revealing
these
the
guys
truth.
are we are lucky to have such a great community.
Yeah,
They give
thank you
us
for that.
signals, they give ideas to us so that we create a good contents which is more engaging.
Yeah, we do our own research, we make our own judgment, and we give our own opinion. It may be right, it may be wrong, but as always, it's about the conversation, right? We are not the smartest people in the world, but we share our own opinion, and you guys also contribute to that voice of Root Zone. So thank you for that. Yeah. So
So
Manish,
Manish,
take it
take it
away.
away. Sure, thanks, Wayne. So today there's something new which I come across. It might not be new for you guys, but since we are covering this is first time here, the NFT domain. So let's watch this video first before I go through this.
The future of the web isn't just coming, it's here and growing fast. And today, with Unstoppable Domains, you can secure your very own part of it. But this isn't your parents' .com internet, controlled by monopolies and algorithms. It's a new, decentralized internet, built with NFT domains like .crypto, .x, .wallet, .nft, that are 100% user-owned and controlled. Unstoppable domains come with superpowers, far beyond just being able to host websites. They can also be used as logins for dApps, as usernames to replace all your horribly complicated wallet addresses, for sending and receiving crypto, a place to host NFT galleries, and with no renewal fees, you own them forever. Whether you are discovering crypto, a blockchain enthusiast, or preparing the next big thing, get in first and secure your unstoppable domain name today
All right, guys. So this is a new way of holding your wallet account. You can buy your own domain, something like rootzones.wallet, rootzones.nfts, and these domains is a user-friendly, the human readable format. So instead of sharing your wallet address, which is a hexadecimal, quite long, which is not even readable, you have to just copy and paste it is something like a contract address, which is not friendly, right? So this is what the domain is for. When you register a NFT domain, something like runezones.wallet or runezone.nfts, what happen is with this one domain, you can configure a multiple blockchains. With this domain, I can register a wallet of Ethereum, of a Binance, of a Polygon. So when you transfer the money, you can just look for rootzones.wallet and it will auto detect the blockchains, because in a background we have already configured these blockchains, and then it will detect it and it will come when you send the money, it will come to a right blockchain. So just to give you an example, if you come here in the um, and the best part of this is there is no yearly renewal fee like the domain what we purchase for the web. So if we see root zones dot wallet, all right, so root zones dot wallet, you can buy this. Okay, let me, I'm not sure if that is showing or not. Okay, go to unstoppable domain. um, the domain search is somewhere here, the domain management. Let me see whether we have it. Yeah, so root zones dot wallet. Yeah, so these are the domains available. Wallet is still $20, which is very cheap. We would like to register also because we don't know after some point of time we might get this domain or not. So you can buy this domain and configure multiple blockchains, so that when you are doing a transferring, or if you are a social media influencer, a content creator, you can use this wallet address in your website. So people, if want to transfer, you can just use the simple domain name instead of giving a very lengthy a wallet address. So I will come up with one how to's, because I'm planning to buy this on this coming weekend, and probably I try to configure it, so that will give you much more idea how you can configure it. And it's really very simple. I have already explored it, and probably I'm going to share the how to's for this. So this is very interesting, guys. Instead of having a very lengthy wallet address, you can just switch to your user-friendly or human-readable format domain names, which will be tagged to a multiple blockchain address.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
That's,
Manish, you're saying Ledger will be applicable as well as most of the networks.
yes, most of the networks. So with one domain name, you can configure different wallets. So when the people search in a MetaMask, they just give you a name, Wayne.nft, Wayne.wallet. And if they are sending it from the Ethereum network, it will go to your Ethereum wallet.
Wow, very nice,
So
very
it's
nice.
based on your configurations.
Yep. So I guess there's only one concern. Mostly will be privacy. So sometimes
The
if you're
good
the
part
type,
of it, this is like the CDN. CDN, you have some different URL, right? The backend, your actual wallet address is different. So it's
so
just for the user to know that this is a friendly.
okay,
But what is your actual wallet address? Nobody knows.
nobody
It's
knows. But
used.
can someone from outside see what root zones is investing in?
No, because your actual wallet address will not be revealed. Your actual
Wow,
wallet address
guys,
will
this
be
is
tagged
very
to,
powerful. This is the
so that
value
will be,
proposition.
yeah.
So we can say, hey, send any money, any from any
Yes.
network to root
So you
zones
need
dot.
not to share your wallet address, because it's this name is already configured with that blockchain.
Wow.
And if you're five blockchain, if you're configuring it, and if a person like how Pulse work, no, they have only given you
Yes.
one address, and with
Right.
that one address, it goes to a multiple blockchains.
Wow.
So this is one good, amazing thing and amazing technology, which I think we should hold it with the name of Root Zones
Agreed.
NFT and wallet both. And the best part is you need not to pay every year. Once you register, you are done.
It's a one-time fee.
Yes.
Very nice. So for you guys who are looking at branding, personal branding, or have your own company, then check out Manish how-to video that will be coming out sometime this week. So let's see what's happening over in the market side of things. Fear and greed index, again, we hit rock bottom at 10, climbing up to 20. But look at this, guys. Look at this. We have about 3 months that happened in 2021. The question is, are we going to go through 3 more months? What most of the people in the crypto space are saying, typically the expansion or the accumulation takes longer than 3 months. So are we looking at April or May for the market to rebound? Now the answer is, to some extent, yes, because nothing remains same forever, and there's only a certain amount of wallets that are hodlers, so that you can't bring it down to a place where it goes to zero. Bitcoin cannot go to zero because most of these wallets, we had few people, right, stories that we have covered, millionaires who have passed away. We had McAfee, right, who died in jail. He was prisoned, right, for so-called freedom of speech, and of course he did certain radical things that agitated the government in Miami, and so those wallets, his wife even didn't have access to that. So those Bitcoin are actually lost forever. There's no way to recover the key. So there's only a certain floor that Bitcoin will go. What is that floor? Nobody knows. Nobody has found out what is that floor. But what we can use is the fear and greed index. We have seen that nothing actually really drops below 10, right? So we recently had a 10 just a couple days back, and then we bounce back. So 10 seems to be the kind of the floor. It gives you an indication that we have reached rock bottom. But can that correlate to price action? That is something that we need to understand, how the whales game the system by removing crypto from the exchanges, keeping it in the wallet, so they control supply and demand. So you gotta always remember that. And China is the second biggest holder of crypto, and that's why sometimes when they want to game the system, all they have to do is just ban the Chinese miners, and it takes time for the Chinese miners to move this hardware, right? Because we need to maintain 51% of the network. And of course, Bitcoin moved the entire market. As of now, will it change in some future? Who knows? Nobody knows, right? Not even Elon Musk. So anyways, looking at the stock market index, right now, this fear and greed, we are at 20. Stay tuned for two things that is coming up, right? The federal interest rates that will rise, as well as Evergrande, if they default in March, right? Because we have seen what happens in subprime. So there's this gamble that's happening outside the Feds, looking at Evergrande, because if they default that this was almost be similar to the subprime ripple effect, because China money was supposed to explode. They actually the so-called they call them the sleeping dragon that actually woke up the economy within a given time. You can watch that on TED TV. There's a very nice professor who have covered America was taking the lead, and then China just decided in a few months they can actually wake up, right? So they wake up, one, in mass scale of resources. Second, they can print out money, right? So do check that out on TED TV. I might put the link below. If you are interested, just comment in the section below. I will actually find that link and share it to you. So looking today, everything seems green, guys. Everything seems green. I'm always skeptical, and I'm always thinking contrarian. This could be a fake out, right? It could be a fake out for a very simple reason. If you look at the crypto market space, 16,000 coins, 400 over exchanges, guys, $1.8 trillion.
My God, it's reduced drastically,
$1.8 trillion. How can this be green? How can this be green, guys? So sometimes what they do, they give you an indication that, oh, now we are going to the bull run, right? And what do? You put in your money, and they make a few percentage of that. So I won't go into the market right now. I'm just actually waiting, because any cryptos that we have, to be honest, even in root zones, we are taking a 50% loss. Nothing to be shy about, because if you actually sold out everything, you would have been laughing to the bank. But you will put yourself out of position, which means that if the market went against your call and you were right, good for you. But if you were wrong, then you will be back holders like us, and we are okay to be back holders. There's nothing wrong with being a back holders, because we believe in dollar cost average, and we do that on a weekly basis for projects that we love and believe that they will have a long-term future. So we are in a long-term game. I may not have the link, but maybe tomorrow I will show you that in the last 3 years, if you do the dollar cost average $100 every week, regardless of the price movement, nobody actually lost money on Bitcoin. Just stating
Bitcoin
that.
and
Just
Ethereum, if you follow.
Ethereum and so forth. So the rest of the cryptos I can't say much, because 60% of Ethereum and as well as Bitcoin, right, control 60%. So they are the rest of the 40% moves whatever the mother and the father, if you will to say that, moves the market, right? So looking at this market right now, of course, we actually chart this. This was sometime in December 2020. So we had A, B, C, D, E, and then we had a market dump. We had about 3 months of desert storm, right? And now we have A, B, C, and seems like it's longer, guys. It's longer. If you look at this, if I were to do a comparison, right? Because the reason why people look at charts is not to anticipate the price action, but people look at charts because human behavior repeats itself, right? So that's why we say we can always learn from history. If you spend time learning history, most of the things, although it's modernized today, it always repeats itself. Patterns repeats itself, right? So we always try to find patterns. We use the Fibonacci, we use the Bollinger, we use the average of the price. But again, even having all these charts, we always have to remember we are a very small market cap, and a group of whales can come in together and change the narrative, right? So even if everybody's saying bullish, they can just be the contrarian, control the market, sell it, and then make money on both sides of the coin. So always think in terms of contrarian, especially kind of a reverse psychology, right? So you got to keep track of that. But now we are dropping down longer than previous patterns. Will we go up again? The answer is definitely yes. The question is when, right? So take note of that. I will not go in with the rest of the coins, because most of the coins are actually a great time to buy. Heavy bottom down. Looking at this right now, we have dropped to 1.8. This is not the lowest we have been, guys. We have been close to 1.1. We have been close to 1.4 trillion last year. So not our first video. Don't have paper hands, be hodlers. Don't keep looking at if it's bugging you, you deal with these emotions of fear and greed, guys. We are also humans ourselves. It is quite depressing. It is quite depressing knowing that you had certain positivity of the future, and then suddenly now you just wake up and all hell seems to break loose. So we understand that, and all I'll be doing is just hodl. I think some people is just saying don't look at the charts for 1 year, come back, and like one guy who invested $1 of Shiba, it's $51,000 in just 1 year, right? So will that happen to us? I don't know. So nobody has a crystal ball, so we just gotta hang in tight and always look at the value proposition on the blockchain technology that is here to stay. So if you're new to the channel, do join us, do subscribe, and do like our button. If the video brought a lot of value to you, you can always join us in Telegram group. Small community. We don't intend to become the biggest, baddest cryptocurrency in this space. We love you guys. So thank you for your support.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, before we wrap up for the day, this is the Twitter post which we would like to share with you guys. There's a recent Ethereum burn has happened. It's annual burn. It's almost around 3.81% of Ethereum was burned. Probably we'll get some good news soon after this burn. So get ready. It's the right time to buy Ethereum. And Ethereum is something that we should always keep it, because we know that Ethereum is how useful Ethereum is. So with that, that's all. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, and maybe I'll just share a bit more before we get off the call, Manish. Looking at Ethereum, just writing on what Manish has said. So guys, we actually use the EMA 20 and the EMA 140. There's a mathematical equation for 140. Some people use 50 and 200. but we use 20 and 140. So you can see that EMA 20 is the yellow line. Basically, it takes the moving average of 20 days, and EMA 140, which is the green line, that takes 140 days. When the yellow crosses the green, which is this portion here, guys, this is a good time to buy, right? And what we do is that we use a few more indicators to give how do you say confirmation to your decision making. One is the Bollinger. So if you look at the blue line here, this is the Bollinger. So you can see that Ethereum is trading on the bottom side of the Bollinger. That's the first point. Second, the EMA 20 has crossed the green, right? Some people call it the death cross. We had the death cross sometime in this portion here. This was sometime in June 2021, just last year, guys. So you can see that this
this
junction here.
seems to be a golden cross, right? Not a death
Yeah.
cross.
This is a golden cross when the yellow crosses the green. When it goes the other way, that's the golden cross. That means you are more bullish. The death cross is when it crosses down. That's the time to buy, right? So these are indication, and we also use another confirmation, which is the RSI. So if the RSI drops below 30, this is always the good time to get into. And another one is we look at volume. So do you have bears, right? The red represents the bear, and we also have another indicator of the money flow, right? So when the money comes out from the market, so you have sellers, high volume of sellers, the RSI is below 30, the Bollinger is sitting on the bottom of the Bollinger, and the yellow crosses the green. You have 5 indication, and so you make the decision based on technical charts solely. But remember, in root zones we teach you the 4 principles, which is the fundamentals, the technical, the cash flow, as well as the risk, right? So you got to have 4, guys, and this applies to all investments opportunity, whether it's the real estate, the gold, silver, options, forex. These 4 fundamentals is there, and so you have to understand each of it. So when would be the best time to buy Ethereum? Of course, June. You look at this portion was at 2000. Then we had a very long time where it was very bullish. So if I look at this junction all the way to here, this was close to 159 days, guys. This is on the day chart. So you would have to wait 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You would have to wait 5 months in order to get a buy-in. So if you understand market cycles, you will never go wrong in trading if you are coming from a trader mindset. I'm not talking about hodlers who believe like Warren Buffett, where you understand the fundamentals and you are in for the long haul. I'm talking about pure trading. So you buy low, which is at the low Bollinger, sell high, which is only a few days later, and let's see, buy low again, right? It hits the bottom of the Bollinger, and you might have, sometimes you just hit the highs for a very long period of time. So you might have sold here, and then you would have regret another few more days because you said like, oh, I should have waited. But it's fine, right? As long as you're making profits on the top, and then you buy low again, sell high, buy low, didn't hit the top, and then suddenly, the people who bought here, they would have already now taken a loss, right? So it never hit the high. So again, you might get 5 out of 1 wrong, and I think 4 wins and 1 wrong is the name of the game, because losses is part of winning, right? If you are coming from a trader mindset. So I think that's all I have to say. So if you're new again to this channel, do subscribe, like the videos, guys. We'll see you soon, and tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock it tech. You want the chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch?